Welcome to Babyface Hills. I'm your boy Brandon Pops Griffin, and to my left, Menace Red.
You.
To my right, Ricky Bobby.
What's up?
2 out of my 4 guys with me. You know what we're here to talk about. Smackdown. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We're almost there. Just a couple of stops left. Babyface Hills being brought to you by the Griffin Family Entertainment Network or whatever. Ricky Bobby, let them know what they got to do, man.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications because this whole week that coming up in this whole week we're just going to be fire back to back. Lots of content you don't want to miss out on.
You don't want to miss out on, so make sure you do that. Now, let me give it to our narrator, Menace Red. Bring us up, baby. Talk to us.
So I think another good SmackDown show in a string of great SmackDown shows.
For
sure. This one opened up with a heater. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus Ludwig Kaiser representing Imperium. How'd you guys feel about this match?
I thought it was a little random seeing the guy from Imperium against Cody, but I guess there was some sort of backstage thing that happened. Overall, it was a good match. It's good seeing these, I guess, lower, less known name people in a match with someone like Cody because they could get showcased like that. So I think it was a pretty good match for sure.
I thought it was a great match. It was good to see Cody in the ring. Cody showing us more of what he can do for the fans who may have lost track of him and only remember him as Stardust. The American Nightmare can really get down in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing his thing. And shout out to Ludwig, man. Imperium is a dope faction, by the way, man. Their leader is dope, and it looks like his soldiers are really good too. That was a really good match.
Yeah, actually, we saw all the Imperium guys, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
This week.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, before we switch topics, this whole episode, it's like more wrestling than usual, like good wrestling and most other things.
Matt wrestling,
for sure.
Big.
Yeah, and a lot of the segments on this show this week had a match and another segment to go along with it, which is how you build main storylines. Speaking of, and after Cody Rhodes won this match with the Cody Cutter, like we said, Ludwig put up a great fight. We had Paul Heyman come out to represent the Tribal Chief. He was accompanied by Solo Sikoa, and they had words with Cody Rhodes. How'd you guys feel about that?
It was that was also good to be right after the match. If I'm not mistaken, that's where he announced that it would be Solo versus Cody on Raw. Ooh. And then next SmackDown is going to be another face-to-face with Cody and Roman. So that makes me even more excited for this whole story to come full circle. I think it should be a good one. Maybe we'll see Solo get back, or maybe he'll just have another boot print on his face. But we'll just have to see how that goes.
There's no maybe. He's going to get his get back. The Street Fighter don't take a L. So, listeners, you can figure out whatever you want to figure out, think what you think, but he's not taking the L. So, and remember, we already told you the high probability of a 3-man tag. So this ending will play a big role to see if we get that or not. I don't think the young Samoan Street Fighter is going to take an L. I can see some interference. I can see some good action happening, and then we go our way on into Friday, the following Friday, to see what happens. 2 more stops left, though, folks. That's it. 2 more stops on the bus. That's it.
And we're there. To basically summarize, Paul Heyman was talking heavy. Solo didn't say a word. He was just staring at Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes accepted the match for Monday against Solo. Like Pops and Ricky said, Roman Reigns will be at SmackDown right before Mania. And an interesting note here, Cody got the crowd to chant, "You're not ready," at Solo Sikoa, which is dope because obviously Cody's the #1 babyface in the business today. And then we got a word from a champion in a big match at WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair came out to put everybody on notice. How'd you guys feel about that?
I wasn't a fan of this segment because I feel like when you're so established, you don't have to address everything that is spoken on about you. I would have much preferred to see something with Rhea, but I get it. She had to come out and say something because ever since their brawl, and even before, we've just been seeing a lot of Rhea. And for Charlotte to be the champion of the match, we're not really seeing much of her. I get that she had to come out and say something, but I just don't think that she should be addressing things that they have to say when she's already very established in the business and one of the best females in the sports entertainment. So,
yeah, I had a love-hate with the segment, man. Like you, I feel the same. Maybe she didn't have to speak, but then the flip side of me feels like, you know what? I like the idea that she's unapologetic, that she's a Flair. And I like the idea that, you know what, diamonds last forever, and so does Charlotte Flair. I agree with her. She's the queen of the business. And again, you know, Rhea's got to take it. I think Rhea will. But I think Charlotte just put it out there just to say, listen, don't get it twisted. You know, I'm 14-time women's champion for a reason. Not just because my last name is Flair. And I think that was the main thing she was trying to hit home.
And I don't think that Charlotte's gonna give it to her at all. Like it's gonna be a very good match. And Rhea's definitely gonna have to showcase some things that she hasn't before for her to get this title.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. The segment was a little bit lackluster. I do like that Charlotte is owning the whole nepotism thing, but she's also like the GOAT female wrestler pretty much. It's an uphill fight for Rhea, but she's on fire right now. So that match is gonna be amazing. I'll be surprised if it's anything other than amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So next we had Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer, next weekend coming up versus LA Knight in a pretty good match. How did you guys feel about that?
I thought it was a pretty solid match. Rey looks great in the ring. I guess it was a good one for LA Knight, but just in terms of everything, LA Knight, I don't see it going anywhere. I don't dislike him or anything. I just don't see where he can go from here with everything being so booked right now. Like every title scene is booked at the moment.
Side note on LA Knight, I see a lot of people on the internet wrestling community calling for him versus Lashley because they both don't have anything going on substantial. And I think that would be a good feud that they could both benefit from at this point in time.
So last two in the Andre the Giant?
Might as well be. And then make him have a real match. But to go further in this segment,
and yeah, this was a good match. I'll talk about this segment after we hear what Pops has to say.
And let's not forget, before you go, Pops, the Mysterio women were ringside. His daughter, Rey Mysterio's daughter, and his wife.
Yeah, Rey is like fine wine, dude. This dude don't age, man.
Yeah.
You know, so shout outs to him for that. He looked great. I was glad to see LA in a meaningful match on TV, and glad to see LA get to win. You know, over Hall of Fame, regardless of how he got it. And so I think that can only be a plus for LA. The good thing is we can all breathe now. He's not going to be the next Elias, and that's the plus right there.
So throughout this match, Rey Mysterio started off with the upper hand. He was kind of dominating LA Knight, and then Dominic Mysterio's music hit, distracted Rey, and the momentum of the match switched. LA Knight was on the offensive for a majority of it. Towards the end, Rey Mysterio is closing in with the 619. Dom sweeps his legs from under him, causes LA Knight to get the roll-up win. And then, in furtherance, Dominic decides to disrespect his mother and his sister who are ringside, while Rey Mysterio still, at first, is refusing to fight his son. And then I'll let you guys tell what happens from there.
It's getting very crazy. I didn't think there was anything more that Dominic can say or do to necessarily drive Rey over the edge, but he got way more disrespectful than I ever thought he would, especially towards the woman of the family. Rey had came around, punched him, and
he dropped
him. And Dominic looked very, very frightened for his life. I mean, he's been asking for it. He had it coming. So I just think that was a good segment. I kind of felt like when they finally announced that the match was going to happen, because it's been a very drawn out build up for that. So I'm happy that it's confirmed now.
Yeah, man. To to kind of, steal a little flair from the great one, finally, the Pops has smacked some sense into his son. Okay? That's what we've been waiting for. Glad to see it. The match is going to happen. And I'm glad because I think Ray has been getting better. Obviously, Ray's getting better. But Dom has been getting better week in, week out. I think in the match, obviously, he's going to learn a lesson. He's going to get spanked. But we're going to see some good stuff. We're going to see some luchador stuff. We're going to see some mat wrestling. Then we're just going to see some straight-up nastiness. Right. And, but I do think, ultimately, somehow, some way, Dom finds a way to steal that win. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it would be cool if Dominic won in, like, Eddie Guerrero fashion of playing possum or doing something dirty. But they replayed that punch to the face like 5 or 6 times.
Ray's got a nice right, man.
Yeah, he dropped him, stood over him.
Logan Paul.
So definitely a big match at WrestleMania. A card full of big matches. This doesn't have a title attached to it to be significant, which is dope. Guys, remember there is a women's 4-way tag team match going down at WrestleMania. Yeah. So far, we had the team of
Liv and Raquel.
Liv and Raquel's in the match, and there was another match on this episode of Smackdown to decide who's going in there. We had Xia Li and Lacey Evans versus Shotzi and Natalya.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about this match?
Because I don't know if they had pre-announced that match, but when it came on the TV, I was like, oh, okay, you can already tell who's gonna win. But,
that's how
it was one of those. I thought that their pairing was very odd, but I guess when WrestleMania is on the line, you just, you do what you do. But I like Shotzi's ring ability. She's very impressive in the ring, and even though I wasn't really a fan of the match as a whole, Shotzi did stick out. In terms of the match, Natalya and Shotzi got the win. It was a cool match. Not too exciting though.
Listen, I love Shotzi's entrance, so that was pretty dope. You know,
for sure.
Always good to see Natalya out there. We know, a lot of women in the locker room have worked with her. She's trained these women, so it's nice to see her involved. And shouts out to Natalya for bringing in shades of the Hurt Foundation and to finish off the match. I mean, I was really like, oh, check mark. That's what I wanted to see right there. So that was great stuff. And yeah, so I think the ending kind of got a little interesting,
Yeah. The team of Shayna and Ronda came out to confront the winners, Shotzi and Natalya, and basically make it known that they're coming to win that match at WrestleMania because they're better than all the tag teams in the division. We predicted that as well. Yeah. We said they were going to be in that match. That's our. Do we all have them winning that match?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, we all think they should win.
Right.
And if they don't win, definitely Liv and Raquel.
So Shotzi and Natalya don't have a chance.
I don't.
No. I love Natalya, but
also that last unannounced team, which I don't even know who that could be, because Damage Control was already.
What if it's a surprise?
Like the Bella Twins, like.
Yeah,
WrestleMania. Or the Iconics come back.
Yeah.
I mean, well, hey, they already brought back Trish, right? And we already got Lita.
And we're back in Hollywood, so.
Oh, breaking unrelated news, but sort of comeback. Gangrel from the Brood is he's in LA for WrestleMania. He's gonna be doing Edge's entrance with him when they come up to the stage. Wow. So that Demon Finn versus Brood Edge. Sorry, ladies, but wait on the 4th team, but that's exciting too.
Yeah, and let me just chime in and say this. All right, just prepare yourselves. It's gonna be red. It's gonna be dark.
Yeah,
and all that good stuff. But you're gonna get a great match.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that right now. You're gonna get a great match.
And it's time to sell. Woo! But before we switch topics, it was a cool match. It was kind of a crazy cutoff that we just did on y'all, but it was a cool match.
I also want to say I think Shotzi's entrance at Mania is going to be a good one.
It's got to be, right?
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Going to go down one of the best of them.
Next in the night, we had the contract signing for the Intercontinental Championship match between all of our European brothers. Sheamus, accompanied by the Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre solo, and Gunther actually came out solo to the signing as well.
Gunther a G. I'm sorry, Red. I didn't mean to cut you off. But he is just a G. The way I think me and Rick were watching, and I'm like, yo, as soon as he came out Dolo like that, I was like, yo, Rick. That's what I'm talking about.
I said that too.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll get right into it. I don't know. The contract signing kind of felt a little thrown together at first. In my opinion, it was like kind of not knowing what they were necessarily like how it was gonna move on. It kind of had some like kind of stuck moments. In my opinion, I felt like, like in terms of the signing when, what was his name? The Ron Brutes? But they're calling him
Butch. Butch, formerly known as Pete Dunne in NXT. I don't know why they changed the name to Butch.
I like Pete Dunne, but he attacked Gunther while he was. I think he was signing.
He signed it.
He signed it already, but Gunther was just talking.
Yeah, and then he attacked him, and that ended up leading to their match. But it was a cool contract signing. I liked how he threw the table outside of the ring.
Yeah, nobody was put through the table with this contract
they just threw it out the ring. So that was very cool.
Yeah, I think even one of the things that got lost in the contract signing was like, I loved how Drew basically told Sheamus, like, bro, business and personal, you tripping. We supposed to do what we do and let's go have a beer. We bros.
Right.
I was like, man, that I love that. Like that came out like, thank you. Finally, get out your feelings. This is what it is. But I love how Gunther, all right, the little soldier, you know what I'm saying, took a shot at the general. And the general didn't flip out on everybody else and start wilding out like he didn't know who hit him. I know who hit me. Get the table out. I need a match right now.
Yeah, he asked.
I need a match right now.
The general manager, he got in his face and said, "Give me a match with this guy right now."
Gunther's the real one, bro.
He was really going crazy on Adam Pearce too. Before that even happened, he was like, "Well, why are you going against him? They could just, I could lose my title without me getting pinned or submitted." So that I feel like that segment it got better, but. At first, it was kind of at like a weird point for me, but it ended up being a very good segment.
Just to give the flow of this contract signing, Drew McIntyre comes out first. Sheamus meets him with the Brawling Brute. Sheamus is calling Drew McIntyre a traitor for going behind his back and going for a title shot, which I think is interesting because like 3 weeks ago, Sheamus just left the Brawling Brutes behind and tag team with Drew McIntyre, and now they're accompanying him to the ring to call out Drew McIntyre. I thought that was interesting. And like we said, Gunther came out to the ring solo to confront everyone. Butch, a.k.a. Pete Dunne, got beside himself, jumped over the table to hit Butch.
Soldier.
Which, like we said, led to a match, which in my opinion was the best match on the show. It's crazy to think. I watched Pete Dunne when he was in NXT fighting for the North American title and the NXT World title. I knew what he was capable of, but to have a match with a guy that they're building up like Gunther, like a great match. He didn't push him to the limit, but he put up a great fight. Yeah. How'd you guys like that match?
It was a good match. Like you had mentioned earlier, Red, when you were saying that this show had a lot more of like wrestling on this particular Smackdown, and I felt that in this match as well. It was a good match. It's good to see. I get like Butch. It's kind of weird calling him that because I know my Pete Dunne, but it's good seeing him in action in general. So I thought it was cool that he got to go against the champ. Just
on TV. Right? 2 weeks before Mania. It's a great look.
Yeah. Well, think about that. You know, in the same show, right? We got different factions, but so-called soldiers in these factions taking on big name guys, right? One wants to be the champion in Cody, right? And then another one is wearing a belt right now. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So you get to showcase the faction a little bit without, basically announcing that we're showcasing it. And those guys both did good. But in that match in particular, I thought Butch held his own. I did enjoy that match. Obviously, my boy got the 1, 2, 3, which I believe he's going to get on WrestleMania. So I just put that out there too. Okay? But I didn't like at the end after he got the win and Sheamus and pouting, and my boy gets the Claiborne, man. I didn't like that, bro.
Well, action started outside of the ring. Drew hit Sheamus with the Glasgow Kiss, which is just a nasty, vicious headbutt. Yeah. Then, forgive me, the other guy in the Brawling Brutes.
The big guy.
The big guy. He's really big. He did good in the War Games match. He beat up Drew McIntyre, and it was crazy. And Gunther was in the ring and beat Butch with the whole team outside the ring. It's a dope segment. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. From the contract signing lead up to the match, It was pretty cool. Excited to see what happens at Mania. And we had the Kevin Owens show. Came back on the Smackdown. And his special guest, Sami Zayn. No longer the honorary.
I wanna talk about this first because I had a lot of thoughts on this while I was watching the show. I don't know if anyone else got this vibe. If you did, comment. But it felt like weird. Like there was still tension between Cody and Sami. Maybe it was just awkward in their segment. But
Kevin and Sami.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kevin and Sami. It was just like it felt like weird. Like it was like too good to be true, kind of.
That's how I felt watching
right?
it. Right,
it felt too good to be true. Like I feel like if they lose at Mania, Kevin Owens is gonna attack him. Like something is gonna happen. It just feels too like it's too much in the honeymoon phase. Kevin Owens gave him a new shirt and that was cool. Then the Usos came out. But before I get into that, I'm gonna let Pops talk about how we felt about the show.
Yeah, the show was cool. I mean, and I'm feeling that same. What you guys are putting down, I'm on that same vibe. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could see Owens walking out of the match. Yeah. I could see Owens flipping and turning on Sami. Like, I could see this going away. I don't think it's gonna go that way of them at the end locked in arms and they defeat the Bloodline. I do think they're going to turn on each other because I think Owens still has some things in his heart going through that whole thing with Bloodline and Sami and so forth. I don't think he's at peace with that, but the segment was cute. The shirts are dope. And so hopefully, my boy Owens, they can sell some shirts and do what they do.
I think that'll be a big grab. Kevin Owens always has cool merch, especially for Mania. KO Mania has been a thing for a long time now. We got a Wrestle Zayn shirt.
Zania.
Yeah, Wrestle Zania. I don't know how to feel about it. It's cool. They're going to be wearing those shirts in the tag team matches. So get those shirts as you should. But like Ricky Bobby alluded to, the Bloodline Usos, Jimmy and Jay came out and attacked Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn while they're hugging in the middle of the ring on the KO show.
The real brothers.
How'd you guys feel about that?
How could you be real brothers if you walked on him a few weeks ago? But anyways, it was cool. Definitely, because I was already excited for this tag team match before it was even announced. Because I'm just like that. I already knew. But when they announced it, I was even more excited. And it's gonna be. I mean, we got 2 more shows until Mania, so it's definitely gonna be back and forth. So these next few weeks, but I'm very excited. I want something to happen where I'm like at the edge of my seat, because right now it's really just gonna be attack right before the show, like back and forth. It's something's gonna keep happening. But it was cool how they came out, because I was kind of wondering if they were even going to be on on Smackdown that just happened, that show. So it was cool that they came out.
So you don't think that they're gonna have a formal face-to-face meeting next week on SmackDown when Cody and Roman have theirs?
Probably,
or is it gonna be like all out brawl kind of thing?
All out brawl wouldn't be too bad, because I was talking to Pops off camera, but I think Cody and Roman brawl would be pretty cool too. Yeah. So if it is like that kind of thing, that wouldn't be bad at all.
We can't overdo the brawls.
Yeah, because they've been doing that a lot. There've been a few brawls. Yeah.
And I don't know about the 6-man tag anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Cody, he touched the situation and got away from it. He must have listened to Pops deeply.
Yeah. But I'm not too certain about that anymore, and I'm not certain about it because I don't think it honestly won't benefit anyone, because I feel like if Sammy and KO and Cody were to win that, if that match were to happen, then the chance are they would most likely lose the next day, and vice versa. So I don't see how that could benefit anyone. I think it would just be a cool match to have if they needed to, but I don't really know what else can happen these next 2 shows as far as the as the tag team match. But yeah,
and we didn't know what would happen with Dominic and Ray either.
Yeah, so
something crazy.
Finally got it right.
Something crazy happened.
He got that overhand right. Now we got it right.
Yeah.
I'll say this though. I was happy to see my boys Usos. You know I'm an honorary one. Ain't changing. I'm one. I was glad to see my boys show up and get that get back, man. Because it was needed, because they kept getting kind of smashed. I wasn't feeling it. Owens and Sammy been smashing them boys, so it was good to see them get back.
chill, right? Chill. Oh man.
So yeah, my boys finally showed up and they were smashing them boys. Pause. Okay, I'm just saying it is what it is. They handle their business. All right, and I'll tell you what. Okay, so we got Monday night, right? We already know Solo gonna see Cody. We don't know what's happening with these guys. And then we got the Friday where they're gonna be face to face. The Tribal Chief shows up, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we still end up getting this 3-on-3 thing. And something else to keep an eye on. You know what I'm saying? We didn't touch on this after Cody's match, but Cody's left knee was a little ginger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just something to keep an eye on and to see if that's something that Solo attempts to expose. But not to get too deep into that match. This was good. I was glad to see my boys get their get back. And we'll see what happens with Sammy and with KO and, you know, how this whole thing is going to play out for them.
Well, I mean, the 6-man would make sense because Cody and Solo... If Solo doesn't get pinned, then the match is gonna end dirty. Mm-hmm. So then we gotta do something after that.
And then because I don't see anyone necessarily losing that 6-man tag match, so
right.
that could end in a brawl, Smackdown, leaving everybody on a cliffhanger, which wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I mean, Roman's in the house, right? Tribal Chief sitting courtside, the wise man right there flexing the belts.
But if that was to happen, I would see your point on he's not focused because now it looks like he's more in that mix than on that Roman level. So I guess I would see more of your point that you've been making these past few weeks.
Fighting Solo is already in the mix because the Usos and Solo are together more than Roman and everyone else.
Right. Yeah, and he's not focused, bro. You know what I'm saying? Him even messing with Solo. Let the man walk out the ring. You know, I told you you're not ready. You're not ready. We're going to find out because the only one that need to be ready is him. I say this again. You have to win. You have to pin the Tribal Chief 1, 2, 3. It's been 1,000+ days. Ain't nobody been able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
If it's a clean, fair match, there's no doubt Cody's leaving. If it's dirty like his past few matches at pay-per-views, then
I think at WrestleMania, the match between Cody and Roman, I think the finish will be clean. But I think there's definitely going to be interferences,
sure.
refs getting knocked out, weapon usage, all that stuff. Because Cody is going to have to scrape through concrete to beat Roman. And the way Cody's talking, Roman's going to have to do the same to beat him. We're looking forward to Friday. Hope you guys are looking forward to all of our WrestleMania videos. Hope you guys enjoy this audio. This is, for me personally, I would say this is a cool experience to do as well as the video reviews.
For sure.
Yeah, it is.
But we're not necessarily stop doing video. We're going to do that for our WrestleMania one, so just watch out for those videos coming soon.
Yeah. Make sure you guys definitely look out for those videos coming soon. Make sure you like, comment, share, sub. Wrestling has more than one royal family, but we them ones. Diamonds are forever, and so is the Griffin Family Entertainment Network. Something like that. You gotta take it easy.
Peace.